What's up,
What's that experience like here at Penn State?
It was a good experience. I tell you what, I right from when they cued music and the fight song was playing at Zombie Nation. Oh man, it was great being here.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about you probably knew you were in for a fight tonight. It seemed like it takes it
Absolutely. You know, when you got a guy who's undefeated, you know, you have to bring him to the point where, you know, it's hard to get him in a position where I can take him out. You know, it's he still has that unbeaten confidence. So that's good. So he was pushing forward a lot when in some situations I really had to dig down and just kind of let my hands go a lot more.
What was your reaction when you heard that there was going to be a fight card?
Oh, I was excited. You know, for immediately, I didn't want to get my hopes up. And I was like, man, this is if what I'm hearing is true. This is going to be the best thing ever. And it was.
you didn't get to beat the pressure or something like that.
Right. You know, I competed here once. As I think it's sophomore against Ohio State. So it was kind of cool. But definitely being here tonight takes the cake. It was amazing.
So I kind of got the feeling that this is just a feeling. You had something nagging injury and recently. Is that just me or?
Well, you know, I absolutely hate when people say they have an injury after a fight. You know, because win, lose, or draw, you either pull out of the fight because you're injured, or you don't talk about it and give people sympathy points afterwards. Just
It makes no difference with winning.
Phil, all the talk about Penn State wrestling and two Penn State wrestlers come here and let the hands go, man. What does that say about you guys and just making that transition?
yeah, you know, I really wanted to have some fun out there. I mean, getting a takedown is always something I can do, and it's always something I want to threaten. But I was content going out there and swinging hard.
Do you tell me the areas that you figured he beats up in?
Absolutely, he's really good in an overhook, underhook, wisdom situation, which is, I mean, that's judo all day long. So yeah, he was really tough there, and I didn't expect him to be as tough as he was against the fence. That was like, I mean, he spent a lot of time there defending the takedown against the fence. So when I realized that was his game plan, I was just trying to keep him as far in the center of the cage as possible.
Was that the kind of fight that you wanted and feel like you needed to be able to make a play to stop and say, hey man, I do deserve to be next in line, or is there going to be another line?
Absolutely, you know, it's about going out there and really pushing the pace and pushing the action and giving the fans what they want.
What did you think of the way that go down the way you figured you would?
Absolutely not. Honestly, I thought those guys were going to go 5 rounds, and hats off to Ryan Bader because let themselves a tough dude.
You guys came here, both of you Penn State wrestlers, you and Ed, got the win. I mean, just looking back over this week, you know, what was this week like for you guys, and how you put it in perspective, and you know, what about coming back in there?
Yeah, you know, it's when we do this thing and we travel from city to city, oftentimes outside the country. You know, a lot of times you need a gym. You need to find some place that serves whatever you like to eat: chicken and rice, chicken and vegetables, chicken, and you can't always get that. You can't always find it how you want it, and it's just frustrating. But you learn to deal with it as you you know, continue to fight. But being here and having, I mean, I can call people and use their home gym. I can use the sauna in their home. And I can go over to the wrestling room and train there. I could train at any of the 4 or 5 gyms I trained at while I was training here. It was just, I had everything I needed to relax, train, make weight, and then show up on fight night and perform. So it's it's overwhelming how different the experiences are.
Do you think Mo deserves to show something after you be back in there?
I need Mo to show up for a fight.
But you showed up, so why should we do
Hey, I like the way you think. I'm here. But you know, Mo's a great fighter. You know, he's just, I mean, he just gets injured. I don't know what else to say. He gets injured.
Do you think he's genuinely injured or do you think he's fighting? I'm trying to get you to start with
Right, I'll oblige you. No, I think he's genuinely injured. I don't know which one's worse. If you fake the injury, if you genuinely get injured a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Does that mean to call someone frail or?
No.
Okay. You said it, not me.
If they say it's you against both, and then the winner gets Ryan, is that something?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm down for anything. Whoever shows up to fight me will get fought.
Phil, Bellator has a great new partnership with the Risen Fighting Federation in Japan. Have you had any interest in fighting in Japan?
Absolutely. You know, are you talking about Rising?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. They have different rules. It'd be all around fun. I've considered it. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. But I'm open to it.
One or two more? Tell us how you got presented, because I got one. How
Yeah.
did you get presented with this area? What happened?
Well, I've been training with Lima Lay McFarland to get ready for this fight, just working on some grappling and just getting better. And so I went to give her congratulations, and she has many of these lays, so she gave me one because I won tonight too. So look, I mean, she's fantastic. She wins, she gives gifts, you know? What a champion.
Are you a huge supporter of women's mixed martial arts? There seems to be some role models coming through.
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of women's mixed martial arts. I think they bring a certain level of intensity, and you know, sometimes we all have this kind of preconceived notion of the women being soft, and when you see women out there throwing elbows, it's like, it excites me in a way that I'm like, of course if a guy goes out throwing an elbow, of course he's a jerk. You see a woman doing it, it's like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, as a fan, I watch this and I'm like, man, this is so wrong.
Obviously, the title's very important. Would there be any scenario where you might like seek a different fight, or the best fight opportunity would always be for the title?
Say it again?
Well, I mean, if you were presented with, okay, you could fight for the title, or you could have another fight, are there any other scenarios where fighting for a title wouldn't be your first choice?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I will fight anyone. And so let that be known. If someone wants to fight, I will fight them. I would love to fight for the belt, anytime, anywhere. But if someone wants to, if they want to fight me first, I'm open to it. You know, that includes heavyweight.
So if they had a heavyweight tournament, you would be willing to...
So am I the tournament guy now?
Okay.
Anybody have? No, he just asked me to go to Japan for a tournament. Now you want me to go to heavyweight for a tournament? Oh my God!
Last question, guys.
When you have the name Mr. Wonderful, you can do anything.
There you go. You know, I'll do that. I'll consider that.
Phil, was there ever any point during the week here that maybe you had a bit of a flashback to when you were in college and this is the memories maybe you have from being at Penn State?
Absolutely. Just, well, I went and I was sitting, allegedly, I was sitting in the sauna that I used to sit in while I was here. Postseason, you can sit in the sauna as a wrestler. Not during the season, of course, that'd be cheating. But postseason, we would sit in the sauna, and I was back in that same sauna, sweating, and it was just, you know, the same smell, that nice wood and cedar, and it was great. It was great being back.
Thanks.
Do you have any traditions you feel like favorite ice cream shops in Penn State or
I can't think of any place in Penn State that sells ice cream.
Sarcasm.
You know, I don't really have a tradition or something I would do, but it's been on my list to get myself a grilled sticker since I got here. So that's happening probably tonight.
I had one this morning.
You know what's up.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Phil.
Hey, Mark, you got a good name? You good?